you're doing well and happy Tuesday. I'm so excited, first of all, because it's every day it's very special. I'm so excited because it's a Valentine's a month. And I'm so thankful and grateful to my very dear friend, and hi to everyone who is watching us live on Facebook and Instagram. And, thank you, friends, for being with us. And thank you very much to Laura from Jiggle Production, who is right now hanging out with me. And she's going to tell us more about the fantastic fashion event coming up this weekend, which I'm going to be very honored to be there and live stream from PetPix and also from Jiggle Production. So how are you doing, my dear friend? And hi to Instagram
Wonderful.
people.
I can't wait to see you this weekend. It is going to be fun, fun, fun. This is the Queen of Hearts Ball, benefiting Canine Rescue, Barbie Yance of Augusta, South Carolina. I got to give a big hello and thank you to Gigi's Pet Market, our sponsor. So the weekend starts Friday night at the Courtyard Marriott. We have pizza and pajamas in the lobby.
I love
it. Saturday morning, we have the pre-judging at the Courtyard Marriott. And then at 5 p.m., we're at Monarch Country Club for cocktail hour. 6:30 starts the runway show, which is the Royals. Each and every fur baby at the end of the runway will receive their royal title of Sir or My Lady. And this is the title that will continue through their lifetime at every event that they go to. So if they come back for cotillion, I would say introducing debutante Lady Gabriella. So that title will last with them their whole life. And I felt with them supporting the charity,
yes,
that all of them are royalty, and they're getting a special gift at the end of the runway, which is a little demi-tasse spoon with a crown, and it says, "You might not have been born with a silver spoon in your mouth, but you are now G-Girl royalty."
Wow.
So, and their certificate with their title, their forever title of Sir and My Lady.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. I know these, precious fur babies, and I know that, the designers in the way you always do each event, which is very unique. I cannot wait to keep seeing cuteness.
I can't wait to see what the ladies are wearing, because they're allowed to wear costumes. And I can't wait to see what these fabulous designers are wearing.
Yes, the designers. And then, do you know what? Not only the designers, and I know that she will be back because someone is calling her, but not only the designers, but I also have to think about, like even me, what Vasi needs to wear. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to stream from Jiggle Production. I'm going to live stream it on Facebook. Also from PetPix Academy, I'm going to live stream it as well. So it's going to be really, really great. And you're going to be able to see how exactly everything is going to be. So this is pretty much the schedule when Laura, she is coming back. That on Saturday evening, I'm going to be live streaming, and then on welcome back. And then on Sunday, we are going to have a special edition of PetPix Academy podcast. Welcome back.
I was like, what happened?
It's okay. Don't worry.
I
use the time.
Challenged. I was like, oh my God.
No, you're perfect. You're perfect. Just things happen, technology. And honestly, like people, they don't understand sometimes, especially like now I'm live streaming, when we use our cell phones. Well, when people call us, we tend to lose connection for a little
Right,
bit.
right.
Nothing you
That's what
can do.
happened. I got a scam call,
Of
and
course.
so I lost you.
Yeah,
But no, I'm excited about seeing these designs because I think with this theme, the event is based on a deck of cards.
okay.
So you have, the ace of hearts, the ace of spades, the jack of clubs. So the designs have to have an element of a deck of cards. We do have one category, which is called the wild card, the Joker. And that is one that does not have to be in theme. So you can, and I added that in case somebody wants to come and doesn't maybe have the funds to have something new made, they're able to reuse something that they had used before. So the titles are Contessa and His Majesty, Her Royal Highness, the Count, the Prince, Little Prince are the titles. But that being said, everybody's getting the title of My Lady and Sir.
Oh my God, exciting, very exciting. That will be, I can't wait to see it. It's going to be really great. It's like, I'm already.
I have to say, we got some fabulous things for the live auction. Yes. I got a lot of new, unique things. So I'm very grateful to everybody who's been sending in donations, because without the support of the designers and the G Girls and people who follow G Girl Productions, I would not be able to have, the tools to raise the funds. And of course, I can't help but thank the ladies that support the brand, because they're the ones that are opening their pocket to give to the charity. 100% that's raised in the room goes to Canine Rescue. Yes. We're very transparent. I announce at every event how much we raise. Yes. And we're really trying. We've got this event and one more to hit the $50,000 mark for this season, which will give us, in the lifetime of the brand, a total of 500,000, $500,000. Wow. We have raised for rescues throughout the country.
Wow, this is incredible.
Crossed.
Yeah, we'll do whatever we can.
With this event. And now the brand is branching out, because G Girl's mission has always to be make a difference. So we're now starting to do, again, I'm going back to my roots and starting to do fashion shows at assisted livings, getting back in with the community. We're doing a huge event in April in Miami Beach on Lincoln Road. I'm bringing 2 fashion shows to Doggy Fest. The 13th, we're going actually to an assisted living and bringing the fashion show. And I know that the fur babies have always been I've always tried to be the voice of the voiceless with the fur babies. But over the last 6 months, I realized another part of my passion was giving to the seniors. And I worked for many years with Vitas Innovated Hospice, Gianna and I. She was the first pet therapy dog for, or fur baby for Vitas. And now I'm not having to travel. I can focus on doing more of the things I love and giving to the community, giving to the senior community, and of course, our main mission of helping these rescues that have very little funding.
It's incredible what you do. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for not only standing and supporting fur babies, but also elderly people, because it's, to me, I am very passionate as well. And I think that we need to remember the older people who did so
Yeah.
many things for us to live better, for our kids to live
And they've had
better.
a rough 2 years with COVID and
Yes.
everything going on and being locked down. So just having the ability now to come in and bring the fashion shows and seeing their faces, you know, and they're so excited. It's a phenomenal feeling. And I do everything that I do comes from my heart and from love.
Yes.
Lord knows with G-Girl, I really don't make much of a living doing this. It was never the mission of becoming rich doing this. It was to make a difference. And I feel like the G-Girl family and the brand over the course of the 10 years, which we are coming into 10 years of this LLC, I feel like we have made a really big difference. So to me, that's the legacy of the brand, that we, you know, have made it a small difference in this world.
And I love it. I mean, I admire you. It is absolutely, you know, friends, you're going to see, like, even when it's the live auction and everything else, what you do, it's very transparent. It's also a lot of fun. And it's like your events are very unique. I think that every event is very unique. And just at the end of the day, the final goal, not only to have fun, not only to have special bonding time with your furry babies, but also to make a difference in a larger scale.
There's 4 reasons why I do this. I do this first to raise funds for the rescue. That's the number 1 reason I do this. Second, that you have camaraderie, that you have a place where you can go with your fur baby, with other people who love their fur babies. Third, there is this world of these phenomenal designers out there that create masterpieces for these fur babies, and this gives them an opportunity to make a one-of-a-kind that they have spent months creating and showcasing. And the fourth, and I only do that to throw in some fun, is we have the contest. And the contest is just so we have something to do. The true focus of this is that we're there together as a family, filled with love, helping this rescue. So I don't anymore put a lot of focus on the contest. I put it on the love of the family and the difference we're making. Just like I promote everything that I live stream or everything I say about the event. I tie in that this is for the charity. The focus, you know, I keep trying to get Barbie to have time to actually do a podcast with
you. And I know I have been begging her for a long time, and she's always,
you follow her every day. She's picking up more dogs. She's, you know, doing fostering. She's vetting them, and she works a full-time job. This is a rescue that continues on a daily basis. 2 o'clock in the morning, you see her and Stuart in the car in the pitch black, in the snow, going to rescue dogs. This is what I want the focus to be. I've been around for 10 years. You know, I always kind of feel you never have, the only one you have to prove yourself to is yourself. And I always try to outdo myself. My biggest competition is me. How do I change this up? How can I come up with a new theme, a new creativity, a new way to make the girls excited about coming to support this rescue? And that's my goal, to outdo every event by coming up with these fun, you know, next season we have cotillion, then we have biker babes and dudes, you know, and then we have Circus Soleil. And then we have cotillion. The cotillion will always stay intact because that was the first event that I ever started with. So that is like the, you know, the event of the season. But I'm pleased with the direction that we're going. I love the Monarch Country Club. I
That's
love
right.
the team that's working. You, PetPix Academy, Gigi's Pet Market is so supportive. Uh, the Courtyard Marriott is a beautiful place for the girls. The Monarch Country Club is a beautiful place. So I'm very happy with the team that I've been able to create here in Port St. Lucie. And just feel like we found a home. And with having that set home, it enables me to work on other passions like the fashion shows, like doing things for the Chamber of Commerce. And so, I'm in a good place right now.
And I'm excited for you, and you deserve it.
Yeah.
You and the everything what you do. Again, it's I personally think we as individual, we and hi there, we have people coming and joining us. Good morning, good morning. We as individual, we have a mission, and our mission is so much bigger and greater than us as humans. It's our legacy in a good way, the impact we are going to do for people, furry babies in the global level.
Right.
And that's what it is. People, they don't understand. It's not easy what you do. It's not easy what I do behind the scenes. You don't know how much.
Because you're like me. You're a one-person team. You come to that event and think I have 50 million people working to set that event up. I have me, and if I'm lucky, one other person helping me to set that entire venue. Every little thing that's on the table, every centerpiece. Who does it? Me. I'm a one show pony. And that's okay, because I love that. That's my passion. I enjoy the creative aspect of of getting ready for the event, sometimes more than the event, because I have to be on stage the entire time. It takes a very big toll on me.
Of course it does.
I'm on stage from 6:30, other than dinner, till 11:30 at night. So that in itself physically, and look, I'm not getting any younger. And I always say I'll keep doing this till I can't do it anymore. But you understand that, because with your business, it's all you. But because you have that passion for what you're doing, it comes off like it's flawless, like it's so easy to do. But what we both do is quite difficult.
Yeah, it is. And that's why I love it. Like, my personal passion is to showcase also behind the scenes that people may not know. They see the beauty of it, but they don't know, okay, Laura woke up at 5 in the morning.
4 o'clock, I'm in the morning in the garage making centerpieces. This is my life. Gus has always said to me, Laura, you're wonderful on stage. Look, I have my master's degree in theater. So being on stage to me is nothing. I don't get nervous. I'm very comfortable on stage. But my husband has said over the years, that's not really the story. The story is seeing everything you do alone, the hours upon hours upon hours that you do behind the scenes to make that event look so flawless.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And that's where I enjoyed that. I would enjoy it about a little
you
more
really
help,
do enjoy it.
but
you really do enjoy it, and that's what it makes it very special. And I'm excited because we are going to have a lovely weekend. It's so funny. I had a friend of mine. She's like, so Vasi, we are going to do this weekend, and I'm like, oh no, Vasi, it's booked. Vasi booked many months ago. I'm so sorry. Any other weekend, but not the first weekend.
Also remember to keep the 13th and the 12th, 13th, and 14th for Cotillion of May.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to put that one to
Put that on your calendar, because that's our big end of the season.
Yeah. Okay.
And then,
So-
I would love to be able to do something in the summer, but unfortunately with the weather and hurricanes, it's not a wise decision to book anything going on in the summer because you really don't know what, the weather's going to be in Florida.
Yeah, that's the problem. In Florida, we go into the raining season.
Yes.
And it's it's not really. Oh, by the way, hello, Leanne. For Leanne, it's evening. She's from Australia. Hi there, and we have a bunch of people on Instagram.
Oh,
Hi
that's nice.
everyone. Yeah, it's so amazing that we had here a couple of questions of people, and then can you just like why even if you and I we talk, but there are people like fashion and furry kids. Why exactly did you pick this and now seniors?
Well, I got into many years ago when with Gianna, the founder of G-Girl, we got into doing the local contests. And I this is going back 14 years. I was so outrageous at that time. I would go and pull out kids' cars from garbages and repaint them. And 14 years ago, I had the dogs in cars, kids' cars. I dressed my parrot. I was like, now it's very common, but thinking back almost a decade ago, or over a decade,
no, it wasn't.
Nobody was doing this.
No.
And it was always for rescues. And it got to the point where the rescues would say, Laura, come, could you MC this, but not enter the contest? You show up with a car and you have bubbles coming out of it and a bird dress. Nobody wants to compete with you. So that's when G-Girl started. I figured, well, if I can't do these contests, I might as well start raising funds for rescues.
Yeah.
So 14 years ago, I started with, let's see if I can show you.
But 1 second, let me turn around for
that
Instagram.
Gia was on the cover of. I started with Gianna.
That's so beautiful.
It just grew into, being more and more. Here's a great picture of Gabriella from the Enchanted Forest event.
Incredible.
And it just became, the brand evolved. I based the events kind of on the Miss America contest. They have the interview. It's based on the garment, the dog's personality, and the runway. So all three are looked at the event.
Yes. It's amazing, it's amazing what you do. And I remember many years ago, people, they may not know that, but you and we actually know each other for many years. Like
I know you, I would say 14 years.
I used to always
run into you.
Yeah, it's a little less but it's still, we know each other for many, many years.
Yeah.
And, and I always admire what you did. And then later on when PetPix was born, and I said, well, I love my PetPix people and I want to bring them to this beautiful world because it's so interesting it's like so many of the people I physically photograph, because as you know, I still full-time photograph other than teach and do whatever else with PetPix. They're like, pet fashion, what is pet fashion? I'm like, oh, let me show you. And I never will forget this gentleman a few weeks ago. I showed him pet fashion and you had to see, he was like a little child. He was really Vasi. Look at those doggies and kitty cats. And
the element of the designs that are showcased in G-Girl production is
incredible.
The pristine of the pristine. I mean, the workmanship, the creativity is phenomenal. Yeah. It is such an art and such a huge part of the fashion world. And that's one of the things I loved for many years. I worked in the garment industry, so that's where the love of fashion came for me also. So I kind of took the love that I had for the garment industry and fashion and the love I had for making a difference and kind of combined them together.
I love it.
And G-Girl was born, and I had, Gianna was just a precious soul.
Yes.
And she was the wind beneath my wings for many years to get me to continue to keep, thinking out of the box and really, trying to make a difference and make these events magical. I always, our tag is the magic that is G Girl Productions, because right now, the last 2 years has been so difficult for everyone.
Mhm.
This is a weekend that you can get away and you enter this, it's like an adult Disney World. All you worry about is the rescue and your fur babies and having fun. And there's no nastiness. The girls are loving and caring, and we're a family. So you go there and you feel the love and you feel the kindness and you feel that everybody's there for the same reason, to
Mhm.
escape their life. Lord knows I look forward to it to escape my life. So,
I love it.
it really is a magical world that I with the help of the sponsors and the G Girls and the designers have been able to create, and people like PetPix Academy and Neely Waring that does the photographing, Boomy who does the DJing. All these people are all the players to create the magic that is G Girl Productions. It's the G Girl family, the designers, Gigi's Pet Market, PetPix, Neely, Boomy, Monarch. This all helps to create the illusion and this magical world. And, we're sold out for this event, close to being sold out for the May event. The tickets for next season will be going up next month. They're going to be, you buy the ticket for the season. They're not going to be one show. You buy for the season. So I'm hoping to have that sold out first 2 weeks, and next season is sold out for the year.
And for people who don't know, how many shows are in a season?
Normally three shows.
Okay. Which would you consider like 1 year, or would you consider it, let's say, from May to next year, May?
May is the last of this series, and then we have November, February, and May again.
Okay.
And I have to be quite honest, I'm a little bit on the fence of whether I'm going to do the February, because the weather is always an iffy thing of getting people to be able to come to the event.
I know the weather first, yes. Like I have a girl right now, she would know who she is. And she's like, Vasi, I'm afraid we have a storm coming up, and I'm not sure I can even do a podcast because we may have, problems with the electric and the internet. And imagine you have to drive because it's hard to fly for some people. So
a lot of the girls drive in. So that's
Yes.
a little bit of my concern.
Yeah,
And it's
okay.
very hard to do the event in November. And then you have Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and jump right into another event. Financially, it's hard on people too. And, I'm going to see how this event fares for the rescue. If
Mhm.
we hit the double digits, I'll be great. If we don't, I might be wiser to keep the 2 events and then do the smaller events in between, like I did for many years. And look, now that I'm back and not traveling, so many of the rescues that are local are reaching out. Laura, can you help us? Can you do something for us? And I, of course, want to also help not only Canine Rescue, but other rescues too.
Mhm. It's fantastic. You're a very given person, and I want to thank you for your friendship. Thank you for having me and working with me, and I'm excited. I can't wait.
Oh, and I can't end this without telling you, at the
Yeah.
end of every runway, when they get their title, they will say, and now I pronounce Lady Gabriella, the wand is coming to the event.
I love it. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. Thank you very much, my friend. I know that you're going to be interviewed in a little bit. So
Yeah,
good luck.
doing a radio interview, not, it's hard to, because I do everything by myself, it's hard. I get on Facebook, I post, and then I'm busy. And I also, have a lot going on in my own personal life right now. So it's hard to get me. So I usually schedule everything a couple days before the event.
I hear you.
So,
Believe me, I
well, I
completely
can't wait
understand.
to see you, my friend.
I know. See you soon.
Chico
Thank you.
loves PetPix
Yeah.
Academy.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you for
PetPix
the
loves you
support
too.
and all
Thank
the
you.
love you give. And I can't wait to see you. Don't forget your tiara for
I
Saturday
know.
night.
I know. Now I have to think of hearts. So I have to.
Yeah,
I already have.
Sunday is the tea party brunch. So you have to
Yeah.
find a fabulous hat for that.
Yep. I do have one, so that's easy. That's check. But
Good.
now to the hearts part. I love
All
you.
right,
Have an amazing day.
I'll see you February the 5th at
Yeah.
G-Girls Queen of Hearts Ball, benefiting Canine Rescue.
I love it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. You're amazing. Will be amazing.